Hey guys, Red X Rain here with another episode, the final episode of Heart of Darkness for the original PlayStation. So last time we put together the pieces of the magic rock over there. Yep. Helped Servant out and that sort of thing. But we gotta go get actually one more piece of the magic rock, which is very precariously placed at the end of the bridge where sort of the Master of Darkness kind of resides in this kind of swirling pit of darkness kind of thing. What you might even call the Heart of Darkness. Ooh. Oh, yeah, you gotta be quick to get that guy. So even though this is like the last, I don't know, I want to say, let's see. Yep, we got, from here on out, I think we have 3, maybe 4 more screens, and there we go, I already died. I'm gonna die a lot here. This is gonna be so much editing for me. I know it. I'm gonna try and make it look sort of profesh, but stuff gets pretty crazy in these last few screens. That screen, not so bad, just a couple of the shield, the shield knights or guards or whatever they're called. This is, here this isn't like completely unique stuff. We've dealt with hordes of these enemies, these Dark Souls. We saw this previously on some other screen. I think the start of the last video was like this, where this is another one of those screens where the Dark Souls can kind of get behind you from the left side of the screen. So just kind of be aware of that. Maybe just sort of check yourself and just zap behind you every once in a while, just to keep them at bay, because they can, unfortunately, like, grab you each from behind. But I think I got them. And now there's more of these guys. Nothing too tough, right? Well, there he is, the Master of Darkness, the, it's funny, the primary antagonist who we never see, hardly ever. He's supposed to be, but I always felt like the, almost like Servant, that pink guy, is, like, more the antagonist. That was way too fast. More the antagonist of this game. He just gets a lot more screen time, and also he's just more dynamic and interesting. I would even make the argument that the Servant is the most interesting character in the whole game. Like, he feels the most developed as a character. Like, I feel like he is, like, the most sort of character-driven. Like, I can, he has, like, qualities that, like, I remember. Again, for, as much as I love this game, Andy is just kind of like, he's just supposed to be, like, the all-American boy. Like, there's nothing really super distinct about him. And, again, even, the Master of Darkness, who, I guess is really supposed to be the primary antagonist. He gets a couple of lines at the start of the game. He blows up the magic rock sort of, not quite in the middle, but near the end here. But we don't really see him much. He's definitely a threat, as we can see here. But I don't know, it's just sort of a weird balance of characterization. He's just the bad guy, and we're just supposed to take that at face value, so whatever. But yes, so anyway, obviously the added difficulty here is that he throws these fireballs along the ground, which they're double fireballs, as you can see, so you gotta double jump over them. Now this screen, yep, there we go, definitely the hardest screen. Two of these shield guys, nice. 2 of these shield guys on their own, not too bad. When you put in, the regular sort of Dark Souls, maybe a little bit trickier. But there's so much that happens on that screen that I died on last time, where there was Master of Darkness. That's the second to last screen, and it takes, I don't know, it takes me forever. I admit I'm not, I think, the best at jumping in this game. I hate to be this kind of gamer who says, well, it's not my fault, it's the game's fault. The jumping mechanic in this is really not very good. Andy's jump is pretty sluggish. I guess the counter argument to that is, well, yeah, it just makes it more difficult and more realistic. But just sort of like the timing on it, it just doesn't feel like a very full jump. So it's really hard to time jumping over, when the game really screws you over and, you know, you have to double vault like that, and then you have you know, the shielded ones doing it like right afterwards. Sometimes it's literally impossible. Like you don't even have enough time to land to sort of like make the next jump. So some of it is skill, a lot of it is skill and timing and that sort of thing. But a lot of it, honestly, I feel like is just, and there's other parts of the game that are similar to this, and I've probably commented on it. Sometimes it comes down to pure dumb luck. I mean, if you can just avoid the Master of Darkness's floor fireball things, if you just get lucky and the shield guys only do like the projectile fire, not like that, but there we go. If you can get them to do that, that's kind of what you want. You know, that's easier to avoid, and only sometimes. I'm actually doing really good here. I don't want to jinx myself, but I'm actually doing okay. Also, there's always the potential when you have this many enemies plus the shield guys that, I want to make sure I don't mess up now. You know, you don't want to kill the shield guys. Jesus. You don't want to kill them and then not get the little gray blobs and have, you know, 4 more show up, because then it really becomes freaking, like, impossible. Okay, so I've got it down to just the 2 of them. I should be able to do this. Nice. Okay. Get that blob. Nope. Okay. Come on. Just, there we go. Nice. I think that's it. Yes. Whew. Ugh, gross. I hate eye stuff. God, eye mutilation. That's not that graphic, but still, it gives me the creeps. Very sensitive about my eyes.
No, don't! You kill us all! Are you ready now to face the heart of darkness?
They said the name of it in the thing! That's the name of the game. I'm sure it'll be fine.
What's the matter, Andy? Afraid of the dark?
Alright, so this is one of my favorite parts of the game. I've always praised this game for its sort of style and atmosphere, and here it's great. Pretty much completely quiet except for these like unsettling gurgling noises. It's great. Fantastic. So the trick here is to not die like that. So yeah, so pressing circle doesn't fire anymore. You can't fire the plasma cannon here. It's just kind of this swooping attack. And there's basically, there's basically 2 types of enemies in this. It looks like there's a ton going on, but there's really only 2 things you need to worry about. There's the, let's see, they'll come up again. Okay, so there's that guy, which is more like a tentacle sort of monster. And these guys, which the trick is to hit them and then run so that the hand part doesn't crush you. It's just kind of a survival thing. Really, the bigger threat here are the tentacle guys, because they can actually reach about halfway across the screen. So, unlike there, oops, yeah, there we go. I usually go for them first, because if those like claw kind of guys get away from you, it's not really a big deal. But these, ooh, see, he almost got me. Those tentacle guys can kind of reach a little bit further. Oh, see, I didn't take my own advice. Or maybe I'm just dying on purpose because I want to experience this part of the game as long as I possibly can. No, it really is just great. In fact, I'm just going to be quiet and let the ambiance build here. Nice. The echoing sound, like when the whatever these shadow things die. Oh man, that's so good. There's just so much to love about this game that I still do love. But man, do I wish parts of it hadn't felt so rushed. Is that it? Perfect.
Up here.
Wow, Whiskey! Are you alright?
Now you were supposed to be looking after him instead of playing up here by yourself. It's late. Come on, boys. Time for dinner.
Okay, Whiskey. Let's see.
He seems awfully calm for all that he's just gone through.
Bedtime.
Mom.
Brush your teeth. Wash behind your ears.
Yes, Mom.
Both of them.
Oh, Mom.
Good night, Angel. Sweet dreams.
Night, Mom.
Moms, am I right? Oh no, not again. Nah, just Andy being a douche. Getting so blasé for all that he's just had to encounter. Or did he encounter it? See, he's thinking about it too.
Okay, boy? Night, Whiskey.
So yeah, that's it. That's it. That's Heart of Darkness. Oh wait. No, it's not. I've played this before, I promise.
What's this? Junko! Amigo face? Amigo face! 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 Junk.
All right, that's Heart of Darkness. That's where it actually ends. So kind of one of those ambiguous endings, right? Did Andy imagine the whole thing? Was he just playing in his treehouse the whole time? Well, maybe that's what you think at first, but then of course we see the amigos again, so that kind of validates, well, I don't know. It just adds that level of ambiguity to it. Not quite the, the credits are pretty good here. Not quite the same as like a was it all a dream ending, but let's be honest, it's along the same lines. But we can forgive that. I said, man, there's Eric Chahi's name all over the place. So yeah, so I as always I did the map design too. I certainly hope you enjoyed this playthrough. I know it's kind of, this game is definitely one of those cult classic games, so you know, maybe you're part of the cult, and you enjoyed my Let's Play that way, or maybe you've never heard of it before, and if you know, hopefully I did it some credit and that sort of thing. I try and be fair and balanced, and you know, like I said, I'll admit it's definitely not one of the best games ever made, but it's certainly one of my favorites. I'll play it, not right now, but I know I'll play it again in a couple of years. I just love the atmosphere. It just, you know, suffered from such a complicated development history that it was inevitable that it would have some shortcomings. But I really do love it. Okay, so while the credits are rolling here, they're pretty long credits. I want to do a couple of channel shoutouts really quick. Some channels and Let's Players I've been watching recently. First, there's Spiral Sigil. Here's his link to his YouTube page. He's got a fair amount of videos up and that sort of thing. Right now, I'm watching his Let's Play of Pokemon Red. It's a Fire Red. Sorry, it's a Nuzlocke challenge. I'm sorry, a Randomizer Nuzlocke challenge. So, if you think, man, I've seen so many other Pokemon playthroughs. His is really different because he's got this, like I said, he's got this randomizer going on. So like Pokemon that you would never think would appear in an area do, and that kind of thing. So it adds a whole totally different experience to it. And he himself adds a lot through his commentary too. So definitely check him out. Also Tax Owlbear, who I've been watching his Let's Play of Command & Conquer, which is another great game. He has quite a few strategy games like that. He also has a lot of diverse playthroughs and that sort of thing too, Let's Plays. But that's just what I'm watching right now, and he handles those really well. I love those types of games. It's kind of, you know, overworld, you know, wartime strategy games, that kind of stuff, where there's usually not like a whole lot of direct story to comment on. He does a really, every time I watch it, I'm always like, man, how is he keeping this going in a good way? Not in like, oh my gosh, how is he, you know, he certainly doesn't get boring. He's a really good communicator of strategies and all that kind of stuff. So if you're into that sort of genre of games, like I said, he has other stuff too. So I would definitely recommend that as well. And finally, another Let's Player that I've been watching very, very recently, as in just started last week, I can't believe it took me that long, is Sam the Player. Right now he's working on a Let's Play of American McGee's Alice, which I love that game. He has also just a ton, he's been at this for a little while. He has a ton of different games on there. He also has a Digimon World Let's Play, which is actually a Let's Play I was thinking about doing kind of recently, but it seems like everybody else is too. I mean, I guess everyone adds their own sort of spin on it, and that shouldn't necessarily stop me. But I also feel like I'm watching his Digimon World Let's Play too. I kind of need to give myself a little bit of distance when I do it, but definitely check out Sam the Player as well. So that, oh man, that was perfect. Okay, so one sort of hokey gimmick that they added here to the end of the game is that when you bought the game, it came with a pair of 3D glasses. So it does ask you to confirm and put on 3D glasses if you want. It just plays the final cutscene in 3D. I'm going to leave it in here just in case you happen to have 3D glasses. I don't know. But I'm not really going to do any extra sort of commentary here. So yeah, I'll just leave it at that. So again, as always, thank you so much for watching, whether it's one episode or the entire series or you know, whatever brought you here today. Thanks for watching. Please comment, please like, please subscribe. I always appreciate it. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.
Hey, I've got it!
Oh, God.
Sorry.
No, don't! You'll kill us all!
Hasta la vista, bad breath!
Are you ready now to face the heart of darkness?
Andy!
What's the matter, Andy? Afraid of the dark?